What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Chris Gainz. Today is it's a bittersweet day, I'll be honest with you. Today is the first day of my cut.
Gotta get them bangs.
I'm going on an 8-week cut, and I know, you can't believe it, right? Oh my gosh, you're cutting. You bulk for 85% of the year, and I do. I bulk for 85, maintain for 10, and then I cut for about 5%. So here we are. I'm starting a cut a few days before Thanksgiving. It's not exactly the greatest timing in the world. I am going to eat on Thanksgiving. I'm going to pig out. I'm going to deep fry turkey, all that good business. I'm not missing out on Thanksgiving. Life is too short. I have different tactics when it comes to cutting, different ideas. I've done keto. I've done just a straight calorie cut. This time, I'm going to do something that's worked well for me in the past, and it's a great way of dieting for my lifestyle, and that's intermittent fasting. And if you've never looked at intermittent fasting, it's a good, first off, if you get past all the science of it, and there's a lot of different ideas and schools of thought of how intermittent fasting works and everything, and I'm going to dive into that on some other episodes, not necessarily today. But from strictly a calorie cutting standpoint, it's very effective. Basically, no matter what kind of diet you're on, if you're eating less calories than you were before, you're going to lose weight. Science tells you that. You're going to lose weight to some extent, and you get to a certain point, and you'll plateau, and then you have to drop more calories. But anyway, from that standpoint, this is a really, really good diet because you're taking whatever you eat, whatever your diet is, if it's cutting carbs or if it's cutting fat and increasing protein, what have you. If you're taking your eating and you're condensing it into an 8-hour window or a 6-hour window, or if you want to be really aggressive, a 4-hour window, it's a lot more difficult to eat 2,000 or 2,500 calories in a small time frame like that. So what I'm doing, the kind of standard that I do is 16-hour fast, 8-hour feeding window. And that's worked pretty well. A lot of folks I've had people do the 18 in the 6-hour feeding window, and some people that are really aggressive will do more of the warrior diet, and that's the 20-hour fast and the 4-hour eating window. I think that's crazy. But here we are. My last meal was at 8 p.m. last night. It is now 2 p.m., so I've actually done 18 hours of fasting. I'm dying. And I'll just tell you, if it's your first time to ever do intermittent fasting, surprise, surprise, the first week is the toughest. It's difficult to get used to retraining your body to not eat for 16 hours. I would recommend lots of water during the end of that fast, and probably coffee and some caffeine. I had a pre-workout before I got here to the gym, and I am lit right now. I am supercharged for this workout. So there's a couple different schools of thought. I guess everybody's a little different and everything, but I've done it both ways. But I've always enjoyed doing the fast, working out, and then breaking the fast post-workout. I don't know what it is. I think there's like a ancestral warrior in me that enjoys that schedule of fasting, going all day, hunting in the weight room, and then eating your prey at the end of it. I know that sounds crazy, but I just think there's something psychological. For me, as far as a good calorie burn, lots of compound stuff. I don't mess with doing the more accessory type movements, the little individual curls and everything for an hour. To me, for a good calorie burn, you got to use the bigger muscles as much as possible. Several muscles at the same time, compound movements. So today I'm going to do a shoulder / back day. crazy because I've been doing a back day here, a shoulder day here, and I love them individually, and they each take up about an hour individually. But I'm going to combine the two workouts today. Let's get this started. I'll check back with you here in a little bit. Before I take off on this episode, I do want to point out on the 2,500 calories, for me it's very, very important to have the biggest meal of the day right after the workout. So immediately following that workout, I'm going to have a post-workout meal that's going to be 40 to 50% of my calorie allotment for the day. So we're talking about 1,000 to 1,200 calorie meal. For me, that's the perfect time. The body is starving. It wants to absorb nutrients. It's the right time to get all those calories in. The meals after that is more like a 25% and a 25% of your calorie allotment for the day. So I do 3 meals. 1 big meal right after the workout, and then 2 meals following within an 8-hour window. Thank you guys for tuning in to another Chris Gainz. I'm going to put a video out, an intermittent fasting video out every week. I'm going to track my progress. I'm not very consumed with actual weight, how much I weigh. I'm more consumed with percentage of body fat and maintaining as much muscle mass as I possibly can. If you have any questions about intermittent fasting, there is a very, very broad array of ideas when it comes to this diet or lifestyle. So fire away down below, drop a comment, and if you like what you see here, subscribe to this thing. I'll see you next week on Chris Gainz.